Good day, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Let's talk trading. November the 2nd. Horizontal lines, wick zones. Let's see. Yesterday we talked about confirmation. So today I just thought I'd try and make things simple once again. And actually, I don't make it simple. I just explain it simply. Because trading is simple. But some people, they make it so complicated by, explaining things complicated and all these terms and concepts that, really don't have any basis in reality. At least that's my opinion. And so you can take that with a grain of salt. But anyway, let's just look at what happened. Now, of course, somebody out there might say something like, oh, yeah, well, you show us this after it, but, how come you never show it when it's really happening? Anybody could do that. I just have to laugh because, I've got the 2% Club Pal Talk chat room. People can come in there for free and we can talk trading, live. I've posted live charts, I've done videos of live trades, so, there's usually somebody out there's going to find fault with whatever somebody else does, so can't really pay too much attention to them, so, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, back to the meat, or back to the issue here. Horizontal lines, wick zones. Okay, first, let's have some definition. Horizontal line, it's just a line across the chart, horizontal as opposed to vertical. Wick zones. If you know candles, you know that this is the bottom wick. Some people call it the tail. And then this is the top wick. Some people call it the wick. Anyway, that's what we're talking about. So, a wick zone is the area between the bottom of the candle and the low, and between the top of the candle and the candle high. So I've written a few indicators, but you don't really need indicators for it. You can almost see it. But in this case, let's see. We've got, here's a weekly wick zone. And I guess we also have a monthly wick zone top here. But what I use this screen for, you can see it. You've got the wick zones from H4 all the way up through the month. So I was basically scanning the dollar yen, and it showed me at the time that we were in the wick zone here. So the U means it was in the upper wick zone. In fact, at the time, though, it was in the lower wick zone, and I can show you that right here. So this is my old 2014 high top bottom low zone indicator, which became the wick zone. So there was some news, and you can see what happened here. Now, what's so significant about the wick zones? Well, I did a frequency distribution indicator, and I discovered, or not say discovered, but I ran the stats, and they revealed the fact that price doesn't like to stay in wick zones. It just doesn't. About 70% of the time or better, if it enters the zone, it's going to exit the zone. It just doesn't like to stay in the wick zones. So this is the daily wick zones. And so you can see here, a little while ago it was up here, but price didn't want to stay in it. So you could have had a short trigger here, a long trigger here, or preset trade, stop entry type trade. And you see here, if you would have done that, there was money to be made. And then down here, once again, it came in here, it exited. There was some pips to be made. Then it came back in here and took off. Yeah, okay, hindsight. But the thing is, it happens every day. Now, you don't have to, use my donational indicator if you don't want to. I put out TROHL5. That's and you can download that one for free. You guys know where I post my code. And you can customize it however you want. So I have mine set to show the current day D1 0 bar and D1 1, which is 1 day ago, 1 bar ago. And so the indicator tells you how far close is from these different levels. I also have the open, and I have the high and the midpoint. So you can see here it went below the D1 low and then turned right back around. So we know the D1 low and the D1 high delineate part of the WICK zone. And in this case, the D1 open is right here. So between the D1 open and the D1 low, right there, this is the WICK zone. And which, if you look back here, and if I turn it over to an hour chart, you can see it's the same, pretty much the same numbers. Wonder why that one's different. No, that's that one, the D0 low. Okay, doesn't have the D0 low. So it has 601 and 647, 601, 647. There you go. So right here, this area is that lower WICK zone. So it is a very simple trade. You sit, you wait, price gets in the WICK zone, and you can place your orders. You can either do it, clicking on the mouse, or just go ahead and put them in and let the market basically just sweep you into the trade. And once again, I come back here to my 2017 dashboard that I have set up for the WICK zones, and it can tell me pretty much where there is a possible trade. So actually this is the W1, this is the D1. So right now, well, I usually don't trade these pairs, but let's see, what do we have? Is there anything? Oh, New Zealand US dollar. So you see here, when I click on this, I've got the indicator set, and it changes all of the charts to the New Zealand US dollar. But I can see here, looking at the WICK zone, we've got it in the daily upper. So if we switch over here, we can see where it is. Now that's a pretty big zone. Let's see, it might be hard to see this. We got 31 pips, 39 pips. So price is going to just stick in that zone probably for a while. Let's see if we got something else that looks interesting. Pound dollar on the H4. Okay. So what we would probably do if we switch, well, let's do it here. We can switch over to H4. And it looks like it escaped. Let me see something here. It's like it escaped that H4 zone, but it's in this one. Oh, I still got, oh, this one doesn't, I didn't have it set automatically. That's stuck on D1. So let's go over here, inputs, my period 0. Now, we've got it. So you can see it's in that zone. It's been a while. You got to remember I took the summer off, so indicators work. But anyway, so you can see here it comes in the zone. Chances are it's not going to stay in here. It's either going to go up out of the zone, or it'll probably come down out of the zone. And over here, we can switch time frames. I guess I should have put buttons on the chart. So you can see here in the wick zone, chances are it's going to leave. And you can see here it's already left once. So that's pretty much it. Once again, you know, horizontal lines, just the high, low, open and close of the previous candle. I like to use daily. It usually seems to pay off. That's the wick zones, but they're just simple horizontal lines. I mean, price, you know, it's real simple. You wait, price gets into the zone. Now you know where you know price is going to exit the zone, most likely. So you know where to, if it's exiting to the upside, you go long. If you exit to the downside, you go short. I guess I should mention that in case somebody's a new trader and they might think you might be trying to do a reversal trade off of those lines. No, the wick zone is definitely breakout trading. So, fellow traders, as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off to go drain the banks.